Okay, so how many of you, you might want to pull up on your device a window in your, whether you're using Chrome or Safari or whatever your browser is. If you want to pull up a website called Paul Carlisle, and I believe it is called, it is paulcarlisle.net, and you'll probably have to, there'll be a section for you to choose new moon. Yeah, paulcarlisle.net /moon calendar. You'll probably want to have that at your disposal.
What's the spelling for Carlisle, Mark?
It is CARLISLE, and then that would
Okay.
be .net /moon calendar /, and it'll take you to this, and then you'll have to type when you get there, you click on the month and you can choose the month, and you click on like 2025, change it to 6, click on the 6, and you can choose 6 instead of 5. And we're going to be in January, so
So is that what you want us looking for?
yeah, I'll screen share it so you can see what I'm looking at. So make sure you know what I'm
Link
seeing.
is in the chat now too.
Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing, January 2026. So I'm going to have this running in the background on my other computer so that I can see it. But you'll want to have that up so that you can see. And if you hover your cursor over each one of these things, a little window will pop up and tell you what percentage illuminated it is on that day. And this is important when you get down here to the last waning crescent, like here on the 17th, it says 2.5%. On the 19th is 0. So you want to have that as a detail for yourself. Okay.
18. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So we're in 2026. We're going to look at the year month by month, as I showed you a while ago. I have a piece of paper up and I've got all the months set out so that we can write down the dates of the new moon, the dates of the 15th, and so forth, so that we can all know where we're at. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And we're going to share this guy now. So I thought I'd bring this up for Cyrus. This is this coming January. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets here in Sagittarius, and a comet down here called Worskos, C /2024 E1, coming into or just leaving Sagittarius. Let's see, we'll know here for sure. All right, so it looks like, yeah, leaving. So this comet is just leaving Sagittarius. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a comet setting here around the 18th of January. So Cyrus, that's an interesting scenario here. So probably something we want to keep an eye on. That's something that happen all the time, when especially we've got a comet in the mix of all of those. So pretty cool event. Okay. So I'm going to back up to the
I'm sorry, Mark, what date was that?
This is January the 18th of 2026. This coming January on the 18th.
Now I see where it is. It's here.
Oh,
I thought I saw Greg's name on there, so hopefully he's there because he had some questions, and hopefully we'll be able to answer Greg's questions as well. All right, so we're gonna zoom in on the moon here. Ah, and there's a sliver. So on Paul Carlisle, he tells us that on the 17th, that there's a 2.5%. And it looks like we've got a sliver seen here, right? So we got things matching. That's good. So if we now move to the 18th, still a little one here. And here's the thing is we're going to run into this on some of the others. And so sometimes we've got to make a decision, especially whenever we've got a red blood moon or the months that the moon's going to be in a spot we know that it should be in. So this is one of those months here that since we're having to calculate it, we're not visually seeing it. I know Paul says it's going to be on the 18th, 0. The question is, I'm not so certain what time of the day that is. He's got some times here, but I'm not sure. I don't know what UTC is. Maybe Cyrus knows. But we're going to go with what it says here on this program. We're at 5 a.m. and it says it's 29.22 days old. So we're going to go to the 19th and it says it's 0.67. So like we've been doing it before, we wouldn't see it for sure this morning. And so then we would have a 1. So this would be Rosh Chodesh on the evening of the 19th. So that would mean the 20th would be the day of Rosh Chodesh on January.
Mhm.
Everybody with me?
Yeah, that's what I worked out this weekend.
Okay, so hopefully you'll, if you've got your star program, you can be running along with me. I think Greg has one too, so we'll kind of run together. So I wanted to kind of show you something. So here we have a sliver on the 20th. So let's just go, if we were to go by a sliver seeing in the evening and go 1, 2, so we're starting with a sliver here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do you guys see that over here on this area, it's dark?
Yeah.
So we've got a dark sliver here. And so
Roger
because we started on a sliver, we're coming on the 15th day to a sliver. So that's why I always say to get to the real full moon, you've got to start with the total opposite, which would be when the moon is completely dark. So, and that's what we're trying to do. So here we're at the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. And if I go to Paul Carlisle and go to February, he says that on the 16th, it's going to be 1.6, but not visible on the 17th. So it says here we're at 5 a.m., we're 28.67 days. And see, and this one works out just right. So here it says 0 days old on the 17th. Paul says it's 0 on the 17th. So that means the evening of the 17th begins Rosh Chodesh. And that would mean the day of the 18th is day 1. Everybody with me?
Yep.
Erev 17th, day 18th. Okay. You got questions you can, so we're building the calendar for 2026 as we're going. All right, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my goodness. What is that?
Blood moon. Looks like.
What are the odds that happens?
March 3rd.
Yeah. And again, you couldn't end up,
And it's a full moon, March 3rd. Yeah.
so here we are on the 17th, right? Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we're on the 17th that we just said the evening of the 7th. We don't see it the morning of the 17th, that night we're declaring Rosh Chodesh, which means the 18th is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the night of the 14th would be the beginning of the full moon. And this is when we'll see a red blood moon on Passover in 2032, 33, and 34. When we're counting it, we're going to see a red blood moon as we're celebrating Pesach. It's going to happen. And then so you'll see this working out that way. So it's a really good example.
Okay, Mark, back
Mark.
up hold on just a second, please. This is the red blood moon in March of 2026.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right.
Yep. Red blood moon. And then you'll see the dates at the top left corner. The dates are on the top left
March
corner,
3rd, yeah.
right up
yeah.
here.
But this is only 14 days old, the moon, or 15?
Well, so it's 15 from the morning we saw the no moon, right? So it's 15 from that day, but it's 14th once we declare it. This is 14. And the reason that's going to just my opinion, because as you'll notice here in February, let's see, or switch to March on Paul Carlisle. If you switch to March, you'll notice on Paul Carlisle, he shows that the 3rd is the full moon, right? And it's the 2nd is 98%. The 3rd is 100, and the 4th is 99.3. So technically, that's why people always say the full moon is technically 2 days. And visually, it can appear that way, but astronomically, it's not. It'll only be astronomically 1 day. And I think that just for me, and I'm going to share my opinion of this, is that whenever we are doing it this way, on the red blood moons coming up in 32, 33, and 34, those red blood moons are going to be the evening of the 14th, just like it is here, as we're celebrating Pesach. Okay. So, and I think that the Father has worked it out that way, so that as we're having the feast, there's a sign in the heavens above us. We'll go Greg and then Lisa.
Okay, Mark, like I say, I'm trying to match what Maimonides and the others wrote, and that being as a witness.
Yeah.
And so I noticed on your calendar, I was on your website last night. I think it would help, and I'm not saying you got to do this, but this is what I'm doing for myself, is I want to see the waning crescent, and then the conjunction, and then the declaration. And I think that would help. It kind of gets you kind of prepped, that last waning crescent, before the conjunction and the declaration. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, so here we are in February the 16th. Paul Carlisle says it's 1.6 that night. Of course, we're looking at it in the morning. But we're seeing here, if you're looking in the center of the moon, it says it's 28.55 days old. So it technically is not. Obviously, we can see a sliver here, right? You guys can see the sliver there on the far left side of the moon. All right. And so again, we're looking for the morning, just before the sun rises. We're looking in the east, and this is what you'll see. And so the morning of the 17th, you're not going to see anything. And it says it's 0.1 days old. 0.01 days old. And this matches what Paul Carlisle says on the 17th, it says at 0, it's a new moon. But we are going to declare it in the evening. And so we won't make the declaration. And remember, Gamliel is making a statement that he was taking witnesses all the way up until noontime in Israel of what they had seen is in regards to the new moon of Rosh Chodesh. And so whenever I had seen that, I had realized, well, if you're going by the sliver,
Did you say
which
you
is
wanted?
which is the next day here.
Jesus Christ.
So now we have a sliver on the other side. So here's the sliver on the bottom left.
So it's
Here's
tomorrow.
the dark moon, and here is a sliver on the right.
First day.
On the 18th, and Paul says on the 18th, it's 0.7. And so they're not going to see this sliver on the evening of the 18th. It's probably going to be too minuscule for them.
Right.
So they're going to wait until the sliver folks. Now, here's what I want to show you. The sliver folks are going to wait until the evening of the 19th to see this sliver. Is
That's
everybody
correct.
with me?
Yep.
So that means the 20th is day one for them. So this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So on their 12th day, it is a red blood moon. Uh-oh, we're off from the astronomical witness here. Does everybody understand that? A red blood moon nails the middle of the month. It nails when we should be at the 14th or 15th, not at the 12th. Hopefully everybody's getting that. So,
Would you state that one more time, please?
okay, so here we are at the end of the month. We're on the February the 15th, which Paul Carlisle says it is 5.2% illuminated. Then on the 16th, he says it's 1.6 illuminated. And the program here says it's 28.5 days old. So you're going to see this sliver on the morning of the 16th. Okay. But the next morning on the 17th, Paul says on the 17th it's 0%, but the program here says at 5 a.m. it's going to be 0. As you can see, there's no sliver on either side of the moon, and it's 0.1 days old that morning. So we're going to wait until that evening to declare Rosh Chodesh, because we're already, it's 5 a.m. We're 12 hours into the day, right? And so we've got to wait until that evening to declare Rosh Chodesh, which means the 18th is day 1. But according to Paul Carlisle, the 18th of February, it's 0.7 illuminated. And they're probably not going to see this sliver in the West on Wednesday evening, February the 18th. The sliver folks won't see it. So they're going to have to wait until February the 19th at evening to see this sliver, which means that's at night. So that means the following day is actually day 1. Everybody with me? So that means the 20th is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so the red blood moon is going to occur on the sliver people's 12th day of their month. Remember what Josephus and Philo said. They said at the middle of the month, on the 15th day, the moon is fully lit. Well, this moon is at its full stage, and it's their 12th day based on a sliver reckoning, on the waxing sliver. Now, we'll go with Lisa and then back to Emily. Lisa, go ahead. You're muted.
Apologize for that. I've been doing my calculations for several years, and I have found out by looking at the witnesses like Deborah and whatever, and that they can see it at 2.4%. So that's what I base on everything. So on that particular day, it will be at 2.4% on February 19th at 12:40, 51. And that was really my first question to you. I always take my readings from Jerusalem because I feel that is where the throne will be. And so when Carlisle has done this, and I see that you're looking at Phoenix, what does Carlisle do? Is he basing it off of Jerusalem time?
No, he's basing it on US time. Everything that
Okay.
we're seeing in the US. And this was the
Okay.
point. This is the point that I make, that Cyrus makes, is I've got to be able to declare it where I'm at. God set this. This is why the sun, the moon, the stars were the declaring factor, because wherever you're at in the scattered diaspora, you're going to be able to determine the calendar where you're at based on the sun, the moon, and the stars, because it's going to work that way for everybody, no matter where you're at. Jerusalem's going to work it out for them. Maine, USA is going to work it out for them. Alaska is going to work it out for them, but we're all going to arrive at the same date if we're doing it the way the scriptures have told us to reckon it.
But it does work itself out by the next month. The next month, the moon is on the 14th day.
Well, but see, you can see here that based on a waxing sliver, you're not going to be at a full moon on the 15th. As a matter of fact, if we go, this is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. If you look at the right side of the moon here, and I'm gonna zoom in here just to show you. We're very much dark on the right side. So we're seeing a exact opposite of what we saw when it was a sliver. That was my point last Monday. If we're going by a sliver, 15 days later, it's going to be a polar opposite of what we just saw in the sky. You can never end up at a full moon when you're looking at a sliver. It's astronomically impossible. It will not work out that way. This is why a solar eclipse and a full moon are 15 days apart, because one is full of darkness, the other one is full of light. There's this full of each on the orb. If you go a half lit moon, 15 days later, you'll be at a half lit moon, the polar opposite. The light will be on the other side of the moon. It just flips. And so this is a very, very big point, because we're looking at the sun, the moon, and stars, which God is telling us this astronomical witness that I'm giving you in the heavens, they're going to determine it, and they are very accurate. They're very, very precise. And so for me, this is why it's very, very evident and clear that if I want to end up at this point here, I've got to go based on, watch this, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm at a total dark moon 15 days out. There's no sliver on either side of this moon. And so this is how it works. When I saw this, I realized God was showing me something. And then I find out that the moon is in places that match what's going on at the feast date. So yeah, it's a very good witness. So Amelia, we'll go with you, and then we'll go with Ryan.
I don't know if I misunderstood or if I'm jumping the gun, but I think you said we will be having Passover on March 3rd this next year.
No, I
Oh,
said
okay.
there will be a red blood moon on March 3rd. I said that in 2032 and 33 and 34, we'll have red blood moons on Passover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Because
Ryan.
we're always celebrating Passover after the equinox, correct? Which is like the March 17th.
Well, you begin your, we're going to get to that in a minute, but you're going to begin your months, the first new moon, first dark moon conjunction after whenever the day and night are equal, 12 and
Yes,
12.
okay.
Yeah. Ryan.
Yes, sir. I just had a question on the month you're in now so that I
Yes.
can calculate from here on.
Up in the far left corner is the date, February 17th, 2026.
Okay, I mean your month, like the month that you're following. I see the February 17th, 2026, but if you're going to be starting Passover, would that be your second month in
No,
February?
no.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
somehow everyone got, when I said Passover at this red blood moon in March, everybody missed. I was saying that this red blood moon that's happening on March the 3rd, right here, that's for March, has nothing to do with Passover in 2026. So I was just showing that because it's a red blood moon in 2026 in March, I was saying that we're also going to have red blood moons in 2032, 33, and 34 at Passover time, which is going to be in April.
okay.
April,
I understand you. My question is okay, we just are in November, right? It's November 3rd today.
yes.
And I'm just asking what are you in the 11th month?
So this is going to be, so good question. So let's back up and take a look. All right. So and this will answer Greg's question. Sonia, go ahead, because you may have a question that kind of mirrors into this.
Well, that's what I was actually going to suggest, that as we're going along, how about we say what month it is? Because I think people are getting confused with, we're
Okay.
starting in January, but obviously that's not the first. It's not until April. So which month we're in. And I also want to clarify the first days for each one that I've got written down. So the evening of 19th of January is Rosh Chodesh, is that right? And that will be month, is that 9?
Evening of January 19th is the declaration. So the 20th is the day of the first day of that month. We'll get to that month here in a second. So I need to let,
Yeah.
thank you.
Adar.
I'll let everybody know what month that is. Okay, so here we are in month 8, right? We're coming up. Month 9. Month 10. So January 19th is beginning month 11. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize I didn't make that clear. So thank you for helping me to clarify that. I'm always in the assumption that everybody already knows what months we're moving into, because I'm thinking you've got the calendar already beside you, so sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, no assumptions going forward. Okay.
What is the current month?
We're in the I believe it's the 8th. We're in the 8th month, I believe, where we're at. Yes. Okay, so here we are. We're moving along now, January 30th. Coming to February the 9th. We just did this one. So this is beginning the 12th month on February, the evening of February the 17th is 12th month.
That means that day 1 is the 18th, correct?
That means the February the 18th is day 1 of the 12th month. All right. And of course, as Cyrus said, we're having a red blood moon in the middle of the month. We're going to go over here to March. Now, here's what's interesting. So hopefully everybody was watching last Monday when I was showing what day is it in America It's 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. And I think you guys all saw that it was March 17th. So this is March 17th, which is the day that night and day are going to be 12 hours each. And you can see that if you're looking at Paul Carlisle, his graph, his chart here, March 17th, he says it's 3.8% illuminated. So we're still into the previous month. Now, to answer Greg's question, how do we know whether we only are going to have 12 months or a 13th month, right? How are we going to know? And so the day of equal night and day, the March 17th, it will reset everything at that point. If I have a 12th month ending before the 17th of March, and I've got and we're going to see this, in the years coming, especially in 2032, that's when the rabbinic calendar is going to make a declaration. There's a new moon on the 13th of March, and they're going to declare that the first day of the first month. And that's going to cause them not to see the red blood moons on feast dates, which they should be seeing, because since we all saw them in 2014 and 2015 on feast dates, you have to see them 18, 19 years later, because that's the Metonic cycle. That's the cycle that repeats itself. And so if you see a new moon before March 17th, then you realize you've entered into another month, an additional month. So this March 17th is the deciding factor on whether you're going to have only 12 or you're going to have a 13th. And so since we're still in month 12 here, and we're at March 17th, and we're not having a new moon before it. The new moon actually happens here on the 18th. We're at 0%, even though this is telling me 29.02. So we're going to look at something here. So 29.02. So we have to this is where we're going to make some. Go ahead, Greg.
Okay, so thank you for that. As far as tying it into, like I say, the Metonic cycle.
Yeah.
So the new moon, you're picking the new moon before 17 March. You're saying you add another month.
If a new moon happens, just in other words, if I'm in month 12,
Right.
and I'm arriving at another new moon before the 17th of March, we're going to have a 13th month.
Okay, so that being said, just to clarify for us, as we're diffusing ourselves away from the Gregorian sun worship calendar, most people are like I've been looking at the equinox on the 20th of March, and you're using 17th as like I say, the equilux. I'm trying to part my mind here on the Roman Gregorian calendar, which is calling the equinox, the vernal equinox, on the, like, say, somewhere between the 19th and 21st. And I researched it, and they did it so they could calculate Easter according to them.
Right.
So the ancients were taking the sun crossing the equator, correct?
Yes.
And the Egyptians, from what I've read, were doing the same thing.
Yes.
Through different methods. So using the 17th of March, what is that doing?
Well, that is the 17th of March is the day that the day and night are the same at 12 hours each. So this is it only happens twice a year. And this is what I believe, this is my personal opinion, that when you're looking in the scriptures and it says at the turn of the year, which is in the Hebrew, the Tekufa, here we're seeing that the year is turning. So it's been, the night has been dominant. Right now, night is being dominant all the way until, and it will be all the way until March 17th. The length of night is dominant all the way until the 17th, and then it's equal. And then from the 17th on, you're going to have the day is going to start becoming dominant, the hours of day. And so this is what I call, what I believe scripture is determining. The year is turning to where the night is no longer dominant. It's now the day, which is changing everything on the earth. Things are warming up. And when you're reading Joshua and they're coming into the land of Israel, they're coming in and they're crossing the Jordan, and they make a declaration. There's something said in the text that says the banks of the Jordan River were overflowing. And I realized that, of course, I've been there. I've been at the Jordan River way up in the Golan Heights. And the Jordan is just a regular running river, except whenever you start hitting March 17th through April the 1st. Because the sun has started, the hours of daylight are increasing, it's warming up the snow on Mount Hermon, and that snow is melting and it's causing the banks of the Jordan to increase. And so this was a very, very telling feature for me that they're coming across because the year has turned, and the banks of the Jordan overflowing was the tell sign that the year had turned. Sonia, go ahead.
I just want to clarify. So if that means if you are still in month 12 when the equinox happens, then it will be a 12-month year. And if arriving at the new moon before the 17th of March, then it's a 13th month. Is that correct?
Well, let me rephrase it because I'm not sure you. Let me say this. So if you're in a 12th month before March 17th, and you're in the 12th month and you see the next new moon, you're in the 12th month and you see the next new moon before the 17th, then you're going to be adding another month.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the same thing as what I said, just
Okay.
worded
I wanted to be sure because I wanted to be sure to answer it in the way that I feel that everybody make sure that they understand. Yes, Polly, go ahead.
Also, maybe if I say it this way, the first month begins, the count is the first new moon after
Yes.
the equinox.
So you know that if the first new moon, the first conjunction after the 17th, if is going to be, your month one, anything prior to that is still adding to the previous year.
Another thing that we have come across is we have had a new moon the day before the day
day
right
of.
before the equinox. So in that case, we still counted that in the old year, even though it was just a few hours prior to the equinox, we still counted that as an extra month in the old year. So we have to wait until the first new moon following the turn.
Okay, so we're here at March the 18th, and we see that it's 29.02 days old. All right. On the morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. And yet Paul Carlisle is saying it's conjunction. And so we're going to see. So here's where we're just going to see where we're at. All right. So if we were to determine this, and so we're already seeing, let's see here. So you can see that from the 18th to the 19th, the sliver is switching in a 24-hour period. It's not like we were seeing in the previous month where it was completely dark, no sliver, and it's based on the time that I'm looking at it. So anyhow, so it's switching already from the next morning. You're having a sliver. So now we need to see where we're going to be at on the evening of the 14th. And so we're just going to take a look at it, okay? So we're going to see, let's see, we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I'm going to move this to 6 o'clock. See where the moon is? Everybody with me?
Barley. The moon's in the barley.
Not quite. It's in the
Almost
arm.
in the
It's in the elbow. Summer, go ahead.
I just want to make sure that Randy and I are clear with the whole 13th month. His understanding, and sometimes when he asks questions, then I get all jumbled up. So the spring to fall equinox is considered a solar year. Is that
That's
correct?
yes. Yeah, so let's because I know that equilux can get confusing. That's why I want to say the day that's equal night and day, 12 hours of each.
Right. Okay.
That's the key. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're watching for, is this phenomenon that happens only twice a year that the ancients knew. And like I was telling you, here in the Phoenix Valley, in the rocks and stuff, there's probably 10, 11, 12 equatorial sundials, equinox sundials in the rocks that the natives here were determining this event. And so obviously it was a big deal. And so yes, once that March 17th happens, the next conjunction is the first month, whether you've already gone through 12 or 13 conjunctions. So hopefully that once this 17th happens, the next conjunction is the beginning of the months. Okay. So I'm backing back up here to the 17th again. 18th. So this is telling me we're at 28.9. But now it says the 19th is 0.047. So now if I were to go by this and not by what Paul Carlisle is saying, the 19th is, so look at what he says. He says the 18th, this is what's crazy about April. April is one of these really strange months for whatever reason. And I've seen this happen once, to where you literally had 3 days from between a 1% or greater to a 1% or greater. 3 days. Whereas sometimes you won't even have a day. So it's very, very interesting here in this springtime. So he's saying on the 19th, it's 0.1. So now we have almost a 2-day of a dark moon before we get to the 20th of a 2.1. And I think Lisa said you won't even see it until it's 2.4, is what I think she said, which would be the
Yes.
21st. It will be 6/7. All right. So I'm going to go with the 19th, because the 18th, it's still 28.9%. So the morning of the 19th is 0.4. So we're going to go 20, 21, 22. Let's see, I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Need to go to, I'm moving the time to Passover time. So now I've moved it to the 12th, this April the 2nd, because if everybody understood, my program was telling me that on the 18th, it was still the old moon. I had to wait to the morning of the 19th for it really to tell me the new. So now I've gone 14 days from the evening of the 19th, which means the 20th would be day one. 20th would be the day one of the first month of the year of the 2026. So let's back out and see where we're at. Oh my goodness. The moon's in the barley. Everybody with me? Everyone can see that. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to back up just to make sure you understood what I did. So I'm going to back up to 5 a.m. And we're going to be backing back up to the 17th day. So here's the 17th. This is the waxing crescent, or I'm sorry, waning crescent. The waning crescent's here on the left side. It's saying we're 27.93 days old at 5 in the morning. The 18th, it says it's 28.96 days old, even though Paul Carlisle is saying it's 0% illuminated. So we're going to wait until the next morning. If it's 0.46, I know we're not going to see it this morning. So that means I'm going to wait until that evening of the 19th to declare Rosh Chodesh. So I'm going to write in my calendar here, Erev 19th, 20th, day of. And so I'm going to go to 20th, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to adjust my time to 6 p.m. And we're going to back out and see if we're correct. And we are. Hopefully everybody understood that. Sonia, go ahead.
So let me just double check this. So the illumination, because this guy, the Paul Carlisle, I'm guessing these are the sightings in the evening, right? So the illumination, from what I just was listening then, does the illumination in the evening is slightly different to that the next morning? Is that correct?
Yeah, let's go look at it. So now everybody saw we're in the moon on the 14th day. So Passover evening is the 2nd of April. Hope everybody got that. Okay, we're going to back up and look at what the question that Sonia is asking. I'm going to back up here to 5 a.m. again. We'll back up to the 18th. So here's the 18th, right? So the 18th is 0, but this is saying it's still the 28.9. 19th is saying 0. So now let's move our time to 6 p.m. Oh, the sliver just disappeared. 5, 6. See what it says? 6 p.m. on the 18th, it's 0.01 days old. So somewhere between, let's see if we can figure out when it happened. Yeah, between 5:30 and 6:30 on the evening of the 18th, it switched from the old to the new. Kind of exactly answering your question. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it was still there, but it switched. And then by the next morning, then it's the conjunction. So then that evening is declared.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And that's why I like this program. It's telling me whenever it's 28 days still, or it's has literally changed over in the morning when I'm looking for it. So here we are at 5:30 and it's 28.7. And then we're going to move to the 19th and it's 0.47. Okay. Any questions? We're now at the first, we're at the 14th. We just determined the 14th of the Passover 2026 is the evening of the 2nd. Everybody with me? Yes, Summer.
I was hoping you could quickly reiterate, just since Randy's listening to this, about why we don't look past 5:30 a.m.
Well, because you will not, so that's a good question. So let's put a, okay. So where I'm at right here, and this is mountains. I usually do it with a background of flat like the ocean or a desert because it gives you a better idea of the plane of the horizon. But as you can see here, that at 6:30, the sun has come up and it's blocking. I won't be able to see a sliver, right? So I won't be able to see nothing. So I've got to wait until it's still dark at 5:30 to be able to see something, right?
But that's not the whole year.
Huh?
That's not the whole year long, though.
Yes, I'm going to wait. I'm going to use 5:30 as my time to be watching all year long.
Okay, just because that just is easiest to maintain a stable time.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So like in January and February, when it is staying dark, it's still okay to look past 5:30.
You can, but you're going to find that you probably won't see it. For example, so like right now on this day, because the moon is behind the sun, which one's going to come up first here? If the horizon is here, which one's going to, as a matter of fact, we'll put a line here for you. So here's the horizon here. See this white line?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to now move it. We're going to just move here. Am I going to see the sun first or the moon?
You can see the
sun.
sun. Because the light, you can see twilight.
Yeah.
Is that the case for all the months, though? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, because I'm past the conjunction. So if I'm on the 18th, now which one comes up first?
Oh, I see.
See, the moon
Okay.
is coming up first because I haven't passed the conjunction.
I see. Okay. Okay.
So
That makes
so
sense.
that's why in the morning at 5:30, and it may be a little later, so you may have to wait a little bit later than 5:30. I'm using 5:30 for my calculation, but when you're where you're at, you may actually have to wait until 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's whenever you're going to see it, but for my calculations, I'm going based on 5:30. So here it is. So now if I'm looking at it just before the sun rises, we're going to zoom in on the moon here, and there's a sliver.
Mm.
See it?
And
Everyone makes sense? And we're 29.01 days old.
And are you going to see that morning at 5:30?
Well, you may not,
Ah.
but you might. Who knows?
Okay.
Here's the thing that people used to say, and I don't know, I can't confirm it, but with when there's less pollution in the sky, you're going to see more. And so, with all of the smog, pollution, things that are now refracting at the horizon, back in the day, were they able to see things at a like Lisa said, you won't see it at 2.4. Were they able to see it at 1.1? So that's the question I don't know. But so what I've been able to determine, what I'm showing you guys now, the way that I've been able to calculate the calendar is I end up basing it the way that I'm doing it. I'm doing two things. I'm ending up with the moon being in the sign of Passover, the barley, and I'm ending up with the moon being at a full moon. Both being achieved by calculating the way we're doing it. We'll go with Amelia and then Blair and then Sonia.
Okay, so let's say we would have made a mistake and like thought that March 19 was the first day.
Mm-hmm.
If you forward it to the 14 days later, are we still going in, is the moon still going to be in the barley?
Yeah, I just did that. So we're gonna go to the 19th. We'll move to PM time. And now we're gonna go. Remember, we're saying that the 20th is day one. So this is day one. Day one, day two, day three, day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in the evening of the 14th, the moon is in the barley.
Okay, so both the yeah, but I mean I was
Give me a
just
second.
saying
Let's pass over that.
if we would have made a mistake and thought that the March 19 was the first day, so that means 14 day would be April 1st, right? Would it be in the barley or not?
No, it's only going to be in the barley one evening of this month.
Okay,
So,
I just
yeah.
want to make sure that's how we can
So
make sure that's in the right.
I'm at 6 p.m. Here it is the day after, and here it is the day before.
Okay.
So
Correct. Okay, great.
that's what's beautiful about this is that two things are happening in what we've all, because you're all joining me in this, in understanding what Josephus said. The two things: the sun has to be in his day, Aries. In our day, it has to be in Pisces. So, and then the moon on the 14th has got to be in the barley. You can see here that at 6 p.m. on April 1st, it's in the elbow. It's in the barley on the 2nd, but on the 3rd, it's already at the feet. It's out. And so let's try something here, okay? Let's just show you something here. We're gonna look at Paul Carlisle. He says that you're not going on the 20th, it's 2.1. Now, Lisa, can you verify for me? Would you see the sliver at 2.1 on the Friday, the 20th?
All right, I'll check. I have both Starry Night and Stellarium. I get a little better results on Stellarium when I'm doing the sun, so. I gotta open it up. Where is it? Give me a moment. Keep talking.
That's okay.
Brother Mark, can I just interrupt for a sec? Sorry,
Sure.
it's just there's lots of stuff going on in the chat. I just want to make it very clear. Brother Mark has come to help us because I requested him to explain to us how to calculate the annual calendar. That is the sole purpose of this meeting. Other questions are welcome, but all these things about first fruits and all the other stuff, he's addressed all this in the past. And I'm sure he's happy to address it again, but the purpose of this meeting is to be focused on how we can learn how to calculate the annual calendar, how Brother Mark calculates it, so that if we're ever cut off from anywhere, that we know how to do it ourselves. So if we can please keep it to topic at the moment, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Mark, did you say the date you wanted to find out was February when? Or
February
April?
20th at evening.
February.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
I'm sorry. March 20th at evening. Why did I
Okay.
say February? So sorry.
Yeah, sometimes we get so much numbers in our heads. Okay, so illumination.
So this is what the moon looks like on March the 20th at 6 p.m. So let's just presume that this is the night they see it. I'm just going to go with that for the fun of it, okay? So they see it, if they see it on March the 20th, right? That means March the 21st is day one because they're going to declare it that evening, which by default, the 21st is day one. Okay, so this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're going to back out. And you can see that the moon is in the feet. If you're declaring your calendar on a sliver, if you saw it on March the 20th, Friday at evening, you would then be past the barley and you would be in a non-full moon stage because it's diminished already on one edge of the moon quite considerably, just like you would see up here. You can see that it's a dark sliver up here. So this is why I'm saying astronomically, it just doesn't work that way. So, okay, Blair and Linda.
I was back at, you asked a while back about UTC. Was that to do with Carlisle? Did you say he was on?
Yeah,
giving-
he's giving times based on a UTC time, and I wasn't quite sure.
Okay, I can give you what I think is the explanation. 0 UTC time is the Greenwich meridian. That's 0. So as the sun's moving from there west, east to west, we're actually in Phoenix. We're at -7 hours.
Okay.
He said if he's -5, he's on the East Coast.
Okay.
So if he's got a fixed, if you're looking at a fixed thing and he's using a time, then you're always going to be 2 hours difference, I think.
Okay. He's showing -7.
Oh, he is. Okay, well that's the same as Phoenix.
He
Then.
must be in Arizona. Yeah.
He must be. Okay, well
Okay.
then that. But
Okay.
also, I think you're able to see it down to the minute and the second, and his chart is only he's got to pick some time.
Right.
So
right.
time is moving.
Yeah, time is moving. As Sonia pointed out, it's different from morning to evening considerably.
Yes.
Okay, so we've just rendered the first month and the 14th of that month. So, which was April the 2nd, right? All right, so we're going to do something here. That means that April the 3rd is the 15th of the month, and April the 4th is the 16th. Now, for me, this is the first day of the Omer. Everybody with me? Okay. So first day of the Omer. And so we're going to move forward here. April 4th, first day of the Omer. That means April 3rd is the beginning of unleavened bread, which would have been the evening of the 2nd. All right, so now let's count. We're going to back out. This is day 1. Day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oh my goodness. We're right next to Regulus. the King Star, where it's supposed to be. So this is May the 23rd. You might as well pencil that in. May 23rd is Shavuot. Okay. Now I'm going to back up to April because we need to finish our month-to-month calculation.
So does that mean April 9th is the seventh day of unleavened bread? I got that right?
Let's see, April 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. That's correct. The 9th is the 7th day.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have something you wanted to share?
Just a little curveball here, things you're presenting, what you're presenting. And because some that are on the call may be aware and have experienced it, something we ran into with our last year's calendar, which has to do with that 5:30 time in the morning that was set to declare the month. So, you know, it could be that you would run into something we ran into this year. And now that Mark has tools that can fine tune the time a little bit more, but we did run into this past year, I can't remember which month it was it June maybe?
Summer found it, I think.
Where the time changed so close to that 5:30 mark
Yeah.
that with the tools that Mark was using prior, he couldn't really determine because it was so close to the 5:30 mark. There was one day, I think it was one day early.
Now, as Cyrus says, if we all lose all of our electronics, you're going to be going out and using your visual eyes at 5:30, 6, whenever that moon comes up above the horizon in the east, you're going to be using that to determine that's what you're basing it on. That's how you're going to be seeing it and acknowledging it. But since we have the ability to call it out in advance so that people can get off, put in for days off, we're doing the best we can since we're not visually seeing it in the months ahead. So anyhow, that's how you'll do it in the event that you lose all your stuff. So, okay, so here we're at March the 19th, right? March the 19th. And so we're going to go to the next month. Here we're going full. Here we're coming to a sliver. 25, 26, 27, 28 days old, 29 days old. And so that means 28. All right. So April the 17th, you're not going to see it, which matches what Paul Carlisle says. So the evening of the 17th, which means the 18th, Rosh Chodesh. Evening of May 17th is Rosh Chodesh. All right.
We're in April.
April 17th at evening.
You just
is-
said May.
April 17th, 2026.
I'm sorry, it's April.
I'm just letting everybody know. Your
Okay.
words and the computer were different.
All right, thank you. April 17th is Rosh Chodesh. Thank you for keeping me
So that's
on.
the evening of April the 17th, is that correct?
Yeah, evening of April 17th is
Yeah.
month 2, the beginning of month 2.
Yeah, so April 18th is the first day.
Yes.
Excellent.
All right.
So I'm just clarifying, I'm writing everything down.
Okay, thank you. All right. So it's a good thing I've got my wife here keeping me honest and others. Yes, Lisa, go ahead. We can't hear you, Lisa.
Sorry, I'm still working on it. I could not get it to be in the same place
That's for
as you were. So
Okay. All right.
I'm still working on it.
All right. Even if you were a day later, it's going to push it probably into the scales of judgment, way out from the barley. Blair and Linda.
Oh, I was just thinking about the Polly was saying, like, when you're a year or two ago, when you only had the one, and I think it was Carlisle, but it was kind of interesting that year because it ended up that the conjunction was working as the same as the sliver people. They had the same Passover,
Yeah.
and I think that's why, wasn't it?
Very rare and unique things. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right. We're at the 17th. We're going to go now April's. We're not going to move on into May. We're coming to the next. Here's 28 days old on the 15th, 29 days old. And there it is. So the evening of May 17th is Rosh Chodesh, which would mean the 18th is day 1. Everybody with me?
Yes.
We're going to move on into June. Ooh, look at that. There's Pleiades. Doesn't that look pretty? So we're at June 13th. We're at 27 days. June 14th, 28 days. And the morning of June the 15th, we don't see it. So June 15th Eve is Rosh Chodesh. And the 16th is day 1. Everybody with me? All right, here we go through June. Tenth, 11th, we're at 27 days, 28 days, 29 days. And here we go. So July 15th. At evening is Rosh Chodesh. 16th, day 1.
I'm just double checking with you because on Paul Carlisle's calendar, the 14th has 0 illumination.
Okay,
So
so you're why did I not? Okay, so
and I was counting, that's day 28.
it
So I'm
is,
just
so
double
let's,
checking.
yeah, so let's redo that. So now it's saying, I don't know how I saw that different. 0.13 days old. So the evening of the 14th, is Rosh Chodesh. The 15th is day 1. Thank you, Sonia.
Is that correct? I want to make sure we're
It
we're
is
right.
because you can see here, it says the moon is 0.13 days old on the morning of the 14th. So that means that evening of the 14th is day 1.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for catching that. See, it's good to have many eyes. All right, we're going to move through July. And we're going to come here to the end of this month here. 28 days, 29 days. August the 13th is 0.8. So August the 13th, evening, Rosh Kadesh, and the 14th is day one. All right. We're going to move on through August, and we're going to get to the real nitty-gritty stuff now. We're at 27.8 on September 9th, 28.8 on the 10th, and on the morning of the 11th, we don't see anything. So September the 11th at evening, Rosh Kadesh.
Just never mind.
Beginning of the 7th month. That means the 12th is day one. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we doing the feasts at the same time?
Say again?
Are we doing the feasts at the same time?
Yes. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yes, I got an answer. No, you would not be able to see it because the sun is off to the right, very close to the moon on March 20th. But what is interesting is, as you have found that the moon is in the barley on the first day of the Kodesh using this method, the moon is in the fishes. It's in between, it's just entering into Pisces,
Yeah. Yep.
which are both the northern and the southern
Yeah.
chosen people.
Right. Okay, so we have the 12th is day one, right? So here's day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which by the way, let me back up. So Yom Teruah is the evening of the 11th. Everybody with that? Yom Teruah is the evening of the 11th. Here is the 10th day of the 7th month. And we're in the goat. Everybody with me? So September 21st is Yom Kippur. All right. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. And on the 25th of September at evening starts first day of Tabernacles. 26th is day one. Everybody with me?
Oh, repeat that last one again, Mark, please.
Okay, so September the 11th at evening is Rosh Chodesh.
Uh-huh,
September 21st is Yom Kippur.
uh-huh.
And the 25th of September at evening begins the first day of Tabernacles. So the 26th is the day of the first day. And so you see that we've arrived at the moon being in the fish, Ephraim, because it is about Tabernacles, about gathering the exiles, the Goyim, the nations, to tabernacle with Yeshua. So again, the heavens are telling us exactly what's going to happen. And what's interesting is the moon is below Pegasus, the one who's coming quickly with the wings, and the cloud rider. So very, very interesting. Yes, Polly.
It's the day you said for Yom Kippur, beginning the evening of the 20th or beginning evening
No,
of the
Yom
21st?
Kippur is the day of the 21st.
Beginning the evening of the 20th.
It begins the evening of the 20th. Yeah.
So I was looking at my the Hebrew or the calendar from the land,
Yeah.
And it looks like we are going to be on the same days that
Yeah,
they are this
yeah.
year. I didn't check Shavuot or Pesach. I'll have to look at those.
Yeah,
ones, but it looks like
21st,
They're gonna
yeah.
be on the same day.
Same
for
days
all the
again, yeah.
feasts.
Okay, okay, yes, Amalia, or Emily.
Just wondering, I don't know if I'm seeing that correct. Right now on your display, is it like 4 p.m. the time that you're looking at?
Correct. That's when,
So
well,
we're
let's
not
just,
looking at 5:30 a.m.?
no, because Tabernacles is starting right now at 5:59 in the evening of the 25th. So I switched the time on you because,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm always, when we're looking in the morning on Rosh Kodesh, I switch it to the morning. But when the feast is beginning in the evening, I switch it over to the evening time.
What day did
So you can see where the moon is.
what day did you say Passover was, Pesach was beginning?
Can I show you that afterward?
And let's see if they were on the
Passover,
same day.
Passover is, it's the evening of, oh boy. Passover, the evening of April the 2nd.
I think they have it past beginning is sunset the first, so we may be a day off from them on Passover.
Okay. All right, everybody with me so far? All right, so this was the 7th month at the middle of the month. We're now going to back it back up to the morning time. And so now we're going to go to the 8th month. 28.4 days old, 29. And here's 0.8 on October the 11th. So that means October the 11th at evening. And the 12th is day 1. All right. There's that 8th month. We're going to move here through the full moon. Coming over to the next new moon. 27.8, 28.8. Now we're at 0.25. November the 9th at evening is Rosh Chodesh. 10th, day 1.
Mark, Deborah, Dave, and Zahara and Stefan are asking when the fall equinox will be.
It's September 26th. All right, so here we go. We're now November 9th. That was the 9th month. Ooh, there's
Mark,
Pleiades again.
Mark,
Yes.
we got behind real quick. November 9th at evening,
Is Rosh Chodesh.
declaring.
Yeah, it starts in the evening of the 9th. The
Day
10th
one is
is
10th.
the
Okay,
10th is the day of. Yeah.
thank you.
28.2, 29, 0.5. So December the 9th at evening is Rosh Chodesh. The 10th, day 1. Do you guys want me to do the next couple of months, or do you want me to just, because the calendar is really only going to be from January to December. What did you guys want to do?
I'm
Could
happy
you
to
take a
do.
look at Kislev because of Hanukkah?
So let's see here.
However, Hanukkah, we do differently.
One second.
I could probably figure it out myself, though. I apologize if I'm taking time.
It's okay. Yeah, we can look at it here in a little bit. Let's see. Obviously, you know what the beginning, so the 25th is going to be, you just count your days from the start of the month. Sonia, did you guys want me to go, or Summer, go ahead.
I was wondering when the fall equinox, did we cover that?
Yeah, it's the 26th of September.
Thank you.
Did you do November, December?
I'm happy if you want to go up to the beginning of the next real year, not the fake
Okay.
year.
Okay, here we go. So,
Talk about before you move past that.
well, we're gonna stick to,
Yeah, could you? Reason I'm asking is because Hanukkah and Purim are not commanded biblical feast days, for the calendar that we put together, we just keep in line with our brother Judah on their calendar for those declared days, which usually we're pretty close to where they are. I was looking this coming year to see if I can see when that is. Which I don't.
so it's gonna be obviously it's gonna be from
Looks
the,
like begins the evening of the 4th of December in 2026.
that's correct. So if we go the 9th, let's see, the 10th. Should be about the same. It appears to be about that same time, around December 3rd, 4th. I'd have to look at it in front of me to be sure, but it looks like that's gonna be about when it's gonna be around that 3rd, 4th, 5th of December. Yes, Ryan.
Hi, I was just wanting to know, is Passover month 1, which is in April 2nd? I'm a little lost on the months here.
Well, the first month of the year obviously is going to be April. What did I say? The April the 17th at sundown, or no,
At evening.
Didn't you say March 17th?
March 17th is correct. March 17th at sundown is the Rosh Chodesh, beginning the first month. And then you have Passover on this evening of April the 2nd. We'll back up to verify that and everything, just to be sure. We've had a lot of questions. So let me finish this so that I don't get sidetracked where I'm at on my screen. All right, so we're coming to the next month. We're at 26, 27, 28, 29. So now we're at 07. So January the 9th evening is Rosh Chodesh. All right. All right. We're going to keep moving on to the next one. Ooh. February the 7th at evening. Rosh Chodesh. So we have another new moon before the 17th of March. So this is another month in the old year, in the previous year. So March the 8th at evening is Rosh Chodesh. And that's it. I'm gonna back up to 2027 or 26.
Quick question then, Brother Mark.
Yes.
So, does that mean it's a 13th month?
Well, whatever. So where are we at? So we're at 10th, 11th, 12th. Yep, it's 13th month.
Yay. Thank you.
Could you give the dates for January again, please?
Yeah, we're gonna do that once. The date for January, the 9th at evening is Rosh Chodesh. This is 2026. So it is, we said March the 19th at evening, March the 19th evening is Rosh Chodesh. Everybody with me on that? March the 19th at evening is Rosh Chodesh. Everybody got that?
Yes. Yeah, we got it.
Okay. All right. So
Sorry,
just
in this year, this year?
that was 2026.
Okay.
Not for 27.
Right, thank you.
All right, I'm going to run through this for you guys. So March the 19th at evening is Rosh Chodesh. Passover is the evening of April the 2nd. April the 4th is the first day of the Omer, and April the 3rd is the first day of unleavened bread. April 9th is the 7th day. May the 20, April the, gotta make sure I get that right. I got two different dates here. April the 17th at evening is Rosh Chodesh.
Did you verify this one?
Yes,
Because you're off.
Yeah.
Were you correct?
yes, that was correct.
Begins sundown the first or sundown the second?
Just a second, everyone. Begins at sunset on the 1st. No, we're beginning on evening, April the 2nd. So they're going to be a day before us.
That's what maybe you go back and look at that one to make sure you were sure on that one. Because on all the other ones, you're the same.
Okay. Well, so my wife wants me to look at this again to be verified. So here we're showing here on the 17th at 6 a.m. it's 0.05. But on the 16th, it's 28.4. So that means the 18th is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we're going to switch this to, I'm going to back out. Okay, something's wrong. Wait a second here. Okay.
It says May, not April.
Yeah, so I got to come back here to the beginning of the month of, which was March the 17th. Okay. So the 18th was day 1. Day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now,
Is it
what?
supposed to say AM instead of PM?
Hold on, something's,
The 19th, Mark, I think. March 19th you have as Rosh Chodesh. And then the 20th is day 1.
okay.
Oh, that's right. The equinox is the 17th.
Now let's get over here to 6 a.m. So here is 0.49. So yeah, so here, so the 20th is day 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's go to 6 p.m. Yeah, our calculations are correct.
First.
Yeah, they're a day early. Okay, those are all are correct. Any questions? I think we've got everything narrowed down. Yes, Lisa.
Okay,
Yep.
so since this is only my second time with the group, you may have already addressed this. My question would be, since we're not in the land, are we observing the first or the second? Because when Yeshua was crucified, everything was in the ram. And so there, God has given an instruction where the second Kodesh is something that can be observed. So I love the idea you just showed me, the moon and the barley and everything. That looks amazing. But I also see some things happening in Aries in the next month. So I just wasn't sure if you've addressed the first or the second Kodesh when we are not living in the land.
So it's this, I'm going to give you my personal opinion and my interpretation.
Mhm.
Just like they weren't in the land when they kept the first Passover, and neither are we in the land. But remember, he tells Moses, this is the beginning of months for you. He would have had to have showed Moses what was in the heavens from Egypt. And Moses would have been able to determine the first month in Egypt, just like we will be able to determine the first month in the lands that we're at. I've always said that you could put me, you could just put me in somewhere in a hole for 4 years and bring me out. If I can see the horizon, I'm going to tell you, or I can see the skies, I can not only tell you what month we're in, but I'll be able to tell you what day of the month we're in based on what phase the moon is at. So this is all just by seeing the witness. Josephus gave us a really good example, and he said that in his day, first century, the sun was in Aries the ram. And so the sun is only in Aries a 30-day period, which means the sun is in Aries only one full moon at all. So it's only one full moon. And so since we have the precession of the equinoxes, now the moon is in the fish. Now, how can we know that that's true? Let's just take a quick look since you're asking.
Yeah, and I am aware of that. So I have been following that.
Okay.
But this year was very, very different. The lineup is very different.
So here we have the moon and the barley. Now let's look and see on the 14th day of the first month if the sun is in the fish. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's in the fish. And it won't be there the next full moon, and it wasn't there the full moon before. It's only there one full moon of the year, because it's gone into the ram the next full moon, and it's in Aquarius the full moon prior. So yeah, that's how we know we're on the right schedule here, because it's keeping in connection with the timing that the historians gave us, which very thankful, because without that, we needed that to verify things, to show that other calendars that are a month early or even later can't be correct, because they're telling us exactly what's going on in the day. So
I agree.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, Cyrus and Sonia, Pamela, you guys, it's all yours now.
Thank you, Brother Mark.
Yes.
We also have the written witness of Philo, who was a first century Jew in Alexandria, Egypt, saying the same thing, that In fact, he was a little bit earlier than
Yeah.
Josephus.
Yeah, he was
Because he
like,
was contemporary of Shaul than Josephus.
so you
So
mean he was able
stating-
to, he was able to calculate it in Egypt?
Yes, yes, Philo was, yes. He also said that the sun was in Aries.
Yeah, yeah,
So we have two witnesses, one
yeah,
in Egypt, one in Israel,
yeah,
at roughly the same time.
Yeah.
20 years difference.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I should wait until the sun is in Aries because that would be the second Kodesh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The second month is going to be in Aries. You're correct. All right. That went nice. Now that you guys know the dates, now you're going to have to give me some ideas for, I think some of you said you like to have the pictures of the moon in the constellation on the
Yeah.
calendar. Is that right?
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Okay. Well, we can do
I
that.
think it's good for those of us who are newer to looking at it so that we just have a
Great
little
for
visual reminder to go out and know like what we're looking at each month.
Take a look. Yeah. Take a
Yeah.
look and see where it's at. Absolutely.
Amen.
I totally want to get a telescope now. Do you have a telescope, Brother Mark?
Well, actually, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, well, we've got one. So very exciting. I'm so thankful for everybody being so excited and interested. Valerie, you have your hand up.
Sorry, it took a little second there for me to unmute my thing. One of the things that I was remembering is how several years ago, when I first started going to Living Messiah, there's a different way that we used to calculate first fruits, and then through more of your study, you started to realize that you needed to calculate it differently. I understand that that's probably a teaching for a different time, but I find that interesting because like the way people calculate first fruits is different, and so anyway,
We
that's for a
covered,
different time.
yeah, we covered that in another Zoomcast with this group. Why the counting of the Omer begins on the 16th and not the Sunday after the Shabbat. So anyhow, and that for those of you who did know, is because if you count from the Sunday, the first Sunday after Passover, every year the moon will be in a different place. It won't be in the same place like it is with the other feasts. But counting from the 16th, which if you look at Josephus and Philo, they both tell you it was on the 16th. So it just makes sense.
I believe it's in the Septuagint as well, Mark.
Okay, awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I think it specifically says the 16th day
Yeah,
would begin the counting.
yeah, yep, that's right. All right. Well, oh, and I was going to ask Sonia or one of you guys if you could take the dates that you have, send them out by email so that we can verify that what you have matches what I have. And that way we can all be sure we're in sync with the same dates, that we didn't get something wrong. That would be great. We'll go Blair and Linda and then Summer.
I just think we have to remember that 3 days and 3 nights, which puts a lot of people, which puts a lot of people off, is a Hebraic idiom.
That's correct. Yeah, the 3 days, 3 nights is the Hebrew idiom. That's right. All right, Summer, go ahead.
Yeah, we did have some questions come up earlier in the chat, and I don't think that they were covered in some of our past meetings. I wondered, are you open to having questions come in through your email, maybe
Yes.
for people who haven't joined us before? And okay, great.
Send them to me and I'll answer them and we'll get it squared away.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Lots
By
of
the way,
fun.
Brother Mark, it was funny that you mentioned that because I was already doing what you asked me to do.
I had a feeling. I was sitting there thinking, I bet Sonia is getting it all written down for us.
Yeah, I'm doing a summary. I was doing a summary as you were speaking.
That's awesome. Pamela, go ahead.
Yeah, Sonia's got those flying fingers. They
Say
work.
again?
I said Sonia's got those flying fingers.
Yeah.
They work so much faster than anyone else's. And let me just thank you so much on behalf of everybody here and
Yes.
let you know anytime you have something like this that you want to share with the group, hey, you just let us know and we'll make the time and the space. I'm sure Cyrus and everybody else would appreciate that. No pressure, no pressure. But there's so much to talk about, and you know so much that the rest of us
Well, you guys know a lot more now, so it's
and thank you.
gonna be fun moving forward. No pressure.
Maybe I'll try and work out the next year's one after that and then send that to you as well. See
Yeah,
if
we
I'm
should
right.
take turns next year. Someone else is figuring it out and see how well they got it down.
We should
Paula,
we should do a competition and have a prize.
next year we'll let everybody do the calendar and we'll see where everybody came out on their calculation. That would be fun.
That would be so fun.
Yeah. Paula, you had something to say?
Just a disclaimer that we reserve the right to be wrong.
Yes, we reserve the right to be wrong.
This is according to the best of our current understanding and always open to the Father's
Amen,
inspiration
amen.
and guidance. Also, what Mark has presented is his understanding, not not mandated upon anybody, just presenting tonight how he calculates the calendar and how he came up with the calendar that we follow.
I just believe that the Almighty is very precise astronomically. It's not something that's guesswork. And so these observances have to be in sync with what we're seeing astronomically. It can't be, that's why I'm saying when you're looking at a full moon 15 days out, you can't be at a sliver. Astronomically, that cannot be possible. And so if I'm looking at a half full moon 15 days later, we should have shown that. Yeah, we should have shown you how, if you guys, you want to do that, we'll just do it real quick. Just a real quick example. The half lit moon is such a great example because you really see the moon at the half lit stage. Let's see here. Where is the moon at? Is it hidden somewhere? Let's see. Third, fourth, fifth. Okay, we're gonna move out to the full moon or a half lit moon. So here we are at a half lit moon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait. Which half is lit? Top half? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you end up at a half lit moon in 15 days. There's no way I'm going to end up here in 15 days. There's no way I'm going to end up here in 15 days. It's always going to be polar opposite of what you're looking at. So these were things when I saw it, it really helped me understand the whole thing about sliver to full moon. That don't work in God's astronomically correct system. It's got to be exact and right. So, but that's why I like Josephus and Philo. They tell you on the 15th day at the middle of the month, the moon is fully lit. Well, you can't get to that spot from a sliver. It's got to be from a conjunction, fully dark to fully lit. That's 15 out. It doesn't work the other way around. So anyhow, that really helped me a lot in understanding this complex system that God has put in. But you know, they understood it. We didn't. Now we're getting it. And so praise be to the Almighty. Cyrus, you want to close us in prayer?
Well, I want to pass on, be watchful tomorrow night. And let's see, that's the night of the 4th and the night of the 5th will be recurring supermoon.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a supermoon tomorrow night and also a super moon the night after. Also, for you who like to see some pretty amazing things, we're going into the torrids. In fact, I saw a beautiful green meteor night before last. I would describe it as a fireball. It was bigger than just a regular meteor, and it left a beautiful track going down at about 290 degrees.
Wow.
It was beautiful, but you're going to see more and more of this pick up as we get to the middle of the month. So
Nice.
remember we're going through a debris trail of a comet. These are the torids, and then after that will be the Perseids. So these are just some of the wonders that Yah has put in the heavens.
And just remember, we are going to go through the debris trail of Atlas. It's never been through here before, so we don't know what kind of debris trail that's going to be. That could get exciting.
Very, very much so. Okay, so and Jehovah spoke to Moshe, saying, "Speak to Aaron and his son, saying, this is how you bless the children of Israel. Jehovah bless you and guard you. Jehovah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Jehovah lift up his face upon you and give you peace. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself shall bless them. Amen."
Amen.
Brother Mark, we want to thank you for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
And well, it's a pleasure for us. It's definitely all ours, as far as I see it, because it's all work for you. But for us, it is truly a pleasure to, get this. What can I say? First, second, third grade education that people who had no computer 2,000 years ago knew. And now, thanks to computer programming, we can now see what they saw. It's, it's just how far back in time can we go? You know, we're going the wrong way. It's like I was reading today. It said, no wonder they had to create artificial intelligence. Real intelligence is gone. So yes, I think that the old intelligence that our forefathers had, it's gone. And now only through the miracle of a computer program can we see what they saw.
Yeah. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Yeah. Pleasure to be here. It's good to see everybody again too. So
good seeing you.
Thanks for joining. And
shalom, shalom, everyone.
Shalom,
Thank you
shalom.
for being here.
Shalom,
Thank
shalom.
you.
Thanks, Brother Mark. Shalom.
Thank you very much.